Okay, hello. Oh, my skin looks really white there. Um, I am a light being. No, um, well, I am a bit light, but it's just the lighting in this room. Please, forgive me. I've got the window behind you. Okay, so this video is about um, INFJs. Now, I don't really like that term, and it's kind of a shorthand for a certain kind of personality test, which was developed in the 50s, the Myers-Briggs test. And as with all kind of institutional things, it was designed for the workplace. It was designed for companies and corporations to kind of know what jobs are right for certain people. But anyway, it serves a purpose still, and it will help you find me on this YouTube algorithm site. I'm just going to keep riffing. So, what am I trying to say? Um, Now, INFJs are typically the kind of visionary seers, people who have a strong intuition. They see and know, and they just kind of get things quickly. And many times they're old souls, many times they're just kind of, they just in many ways they're also very lonely. I mean, they will be extroverted. They know how to deal with people. They know how to deal with situations. They can see things. They know what's going to happen to an extent. I mean, for me, that's kind of developed stronger in recent years. But there's a lot of skill and a lot of a very strong inner world that's kind of larger and more expansive than anything out there. Or other things out there form a small part of what's in here, and then it kind of expands outwards. I'm really not explaining myself well. I might have to redo this. So I felt compelled to do this video after watching other people talk about what it's like to be an INFJ, and I was like, oh, I feel an instant kinship with these people. I get it. I see them. I really like them. I mean, they're nice people, but they're kind of there's a niceness there which is reserved for trust and for other people of that level of discernment. That's when the kind of the safety and the magic happens, and that's when like their souls feel that kind of rest. And yeah, you feel it. um, and it's, I mean, the predominant feature is just that they're kind of a bit beyond this world. Like, I mean, we are in this world, we need to be part of it, and we need to, we've got lessons to learn while we're, having human experience. But there's a beyondness, or an old soul of like kind of knowing things, having seen things before, and in many ways also a kind of an exhaustion and a kind of depressiveness, because it's kind of like, oh, more people, more things, doing the same things again and again and again, and not seeing like the connectedness and the tapestry that we have in our minds, which knows that's, this thing leads to this thing, these people leads to this thing. In many ways we've kind of got the pathways or the we're kind of the way seers in a way, and we know how things can piece together. Like we can kind of map the jigsaw of life and then put things in certain places, and that map isn't always accurate. It's not always correct. It's not always right. And it's always distorted by our own preferences and knowledge and experiences and sometimes traumatic or difficult events. But it's always, there's a lot of truth there, and there's a lot of seeing and knowledge. And I think the most difficult and painful thing about being an INFJ is just this sense of loneliness, and it's a kind of spiritual loneliness in a way, because there are other people that don't see us fully and will never be able to see us fully. There's a sense of sadness with that. There's a sense of out of placeness. There's a sense of, like, if that continues for a long time, it get into very depressed and very dark places. But that doesn't last forever, and usually the universe will kind of find a way of getting you on track to what you need to do in this lifetime. But yeah, and what's comforting about these videos and finding people like this is there's a knowing, there's a seeing, there's like the twinkle in their eye, and you're like, oh, I can rest now. Like, other people understand me. I'm not the only person on this planet to feel this way. And yeah, that's nice. That's really like just a nice, juicy feeling of safety and happiness and juiciness, like you can see, these people with very rich, very deep souls, and hang out with them through their introverted, introspective thoughts, which is just delicious. Because in many ways for us, the inner world, I said it before, but the inner world is greater than the outer world. Like, our impressions of people and senses and things, like, other people will just see, a bus or something. And then if you're on the bus, like, you're aware of other people's emotions, things, lives, kind of the patterns, the people, things going on. You're just aware, like, and you're picking up a lot of information and things, and you're probably processing and taking in a lot of that information as well, and it can get very draining and exhausting. And that makes your life very, very difficult, until you kind of find ways to cope with it, or become a hermit, or just kind of simplify your life enough to kind of just be selective with the people and the things that you do, and then things kind of ease out and open out, and you just kind of like grow into your skin, and your gifts, and all the rest of it. Nothing else is coming to mind right now, so I might just end this video here, but let me know what you thought in the comments, subscribe, blah blah blah. I'm not the usual kind of YouTuber. I'm not that interested in being like famous or whatever, or having lots of subscribers, but like I feel I have something to say to people who like a specialist audience. So be one of those special people. Adios.